While at Ogoba DJs, you actually became very close friends with with Issa, the late.
Yeah.
And that was when all of you were big boys by that time, and you formed a very close bond with the guy. He did a lot of nice music, Morse.
Yeah. Kamata, Boomba.
Amnitishi, Boomba Train. You featured in that song.
Yeah.
Boom, bam, bam. Bam, bam, boom, bam, bam. Yeah.
Exactly.
So. However, on the 16th of March 2003, he was involved in a tragic accident. You were interestingly in that car as well with him, and at just 21 years of age by that time. By the time you were 27 years old or so. Now, I know this is a very uncomfortable topic to talk about, but recently I also lost a brother to kidney failure, so we were close for so many years. In school we slept in the same bed, at home we slept in the same bed. So losing someone of that nature, I think still to this day, I ask people, when will I ever forget about this guy? Will I ever, what the experience is that people say that it never ends, nearly. The memories keep going on.
Yeah.
So for you, how was the experience like dealing with all this? First of all, even the accident, he moved out to Susu, you came in the middle, and then crazy.
Yeah, you have the details of that. Like every time I think about it, I'm like, man, some things I find very interesting of how it happened.
Yeah.
I'll say this first. When I reflect, as I told you, I'm in a reflective stage.
Yeah.
Our friendship was really genuine.
Yeah.
Like mutual respect. Like I look for such friendships consistently because it was mutual. I was just 4 years older than him. So he saw me like a big brother because I had a few hits before him.
Yeah.
So what I liked about him, he was very talented.
Yeah.
But a good student.
Okay.
He listened a lot.
If you looked at the guy's photos to this day, he looked like he was not a good student by the way, just so you know.
Yeah, straight. But he was a good student.
Yeah.
Why do I say that? Like he would come, he would know he's good, but after a show he would come and say, I didn't feel like my show, I got the response I needed.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, I know what you're feeling, because even me when I did my first song, Mega Rider, it was big on radio, but on shows, it didn't have hype. So I changed my vibe to be more performance. And I told him now.
Because the money is in the performances.
Exactly. It's not in selling CDs. So I told him, that's what you need to do. So we'd sit after a show. Even in Kampala, we did the Ogopa show.
Yeah.
After the show, come, we talk. So now we were talking about it. Make your song lyrics more simple. Sing along.
Especially the choruses.
Man, bro, that guy learned so fast. He started writing songs so amazing. Even me, I'm like, bro, that's when he didn't have most Kamata.
Yeah.
So you see, he learned quickly to adjust, and his songs, those became his biggest songs.
Yeah.
And we do shows together. Then we said, why don't we now do a collaboration so that now we are even as a team. If I'm called for a show, I say I can come with this and vice versa. We did that. Everything was working perfectly.
Yeah.
We started getting shows and tours, and us, we were like, man, this is working out because now we have the biggest songs. It's now on that day, after a very good show.
You did a show the previous
Nakuru,
night. And you rested very well.
Yeah, it was nice. We had an after party until about maybe like 3 or 4 guys went to sleep. We left like at about 11, 12.
Yeah.
But fine, everything was good. We're just like, we were saying our dream is coming true. We are now to Meshika, Kenya. Like we were like, what we planned like a year ago is happening. Like this is amazing. Like we are like, because that show was like amazing. So we're like, this is working. Anyway, so what happened is, the way I sat in that car, I keep saying, till today, is very interesting because the two places I would have sat in my normal, because I'm normally the tallest in the
car. So you go
either the front or the side. I never sit in the middle.
Yeah.
Somehow that's the first time I sat in the middle, and it's because Issa was insisting, come sit behind, and then
bank stories.
Moved it. Yes, come now. So he left to go to the toilet. He came back. He's like, just move. Now we're joking because normally I would be like the big brother saying, "No, you come to the center." You get move. So, and I remember even joking and saying, "Hey, I'm in a bad place because I don't have a safety belt. This seat doesn't have a safety belt." So as we're driving, the driver was just distracted. Just looking at the
lakes or something.
Yes, it was a pink. It had a pink reflection, and it was Issa who said, "Look at how beautiful that lake looks." And when we all turned and looked,
I knew at a high speed.
No, what? On 100. Okay. That's why till today I tell guys to drive at 80, because if we were at 80, we would be okay.
Yeah.
Just because we were at 100, he couldn't bring the car back and to control,
and then
so it rolled. So in that rolling, the two places I was telling you had sat. Those are the people who passed away. There was in the front guy, Kevin, and Issa, who was now on my side here. So these two, I don't know why it was the one that I think it hit the first, and Issa was thrown out.
Because when the car is rolling, like
I think the first hit, I didn't even know until later that he passed away on impact. I thought he passed away in the hospital.
Oh, he actually passed in the car.
He passed
on spot.
I didn't know that part because now we're all being taken to the hospital. But
different
later
cars.
Later on now, when I was asking where is Issa, where is Issa, they finally told me. By the way, I think when he hit the tarmac. But I was just going to tell you because you mentioned about your brother and how I did it for myself.
Yeah.
Because of course that time it hit me hard because I'm like, it's so hard to understand how at one moment you're there looking at life and seeing how amazing it's going to be and planning all that and we are literally like taking off. Like I look at it, it was like a plane taking off.
Yeah.
Because we could feel him, you could tell he's in his best moments. He's coming up with his best music. People are loving him more and more. That's the night I told him to finish the show. Normally I would be the one finishing the show.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
you're
bigger than me, right? Yeah. Like, bro, you're the big artist. Guys have come for you because you're.
And I was the new boy on the block.
Yeah, now you're and he kind of knew it.
Yeah.
But he wanted me to give him that permission to do it. So it was like, and then, so in my head that really threw me off because I was like, you can't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Like life is, you just be grateful you're here. But what I did and how it has become one with my soul now is at some point I just told myself, okay, you don't understand some of these things that happen.
Yeah.
But I told myself it could either have been me or him.
Or him, yeah.
So the only way I deal with that situation is I'm like, if it was me, what would I have wanted him to do?
Yeah.
So anything I do it in that way. I'm like, I know he would have wanted, I would have wanted.
You need to move on,
but also get my music, because he loved me. I know he loved when people loved his music. He loved it. Like he would be like a small boy, you know, like like Issa would be so excited when he
was
knows,
young.
He was young.
He was young.
So when you think about it,
he was just being himself.
Yeah,
literally.
So now that time,
I was excited.
Of course, he's a
21 year
people
old.
are like a celeb, but behind when they go, he's like, yo, that girl loves us, man.
No, I was not the one. That was not me, man.
That's me, man.
I know.
That's us, man. You know, it's like, yeah. So it's like, hey, and that I used to find that so funny because you could see that's his joy.
Yeah.
It's nothing about money.
Yeah.
It's not about him. His joy was people loving. So I find myself wanting to keep that music alive.
Yeah.
As you say, move on in terms of.
So does it just do you get at some point and you would like, you know what, it is what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Like when it's the painful part, and death has been always a very hard thing for people to accept.
Yeah.
But it has to happen, and we all have to go there. In fact, for me, I'm very philosophical about it, where I always remind myself that when I'm here, I'm here. But at some point, I'll go. And it's painful to imagine that, and you wonder about life after death. So I always say, whatever I live here is what is going to keep me, even when I'm not here.
Absolutely.
So it keeps me living more with intention. And
you appreciate life more.
Yeah, I live with more
because
intention.
It could have, like you said, it could have been you, but it's not you anyway.
Yeah, it's not me.
So how do you
I don't know
life?
About tomorrow. Yeah,
exactly.
So I'm like, from my kids to anything I do it with that mind of, if I go. Like I look at Issa now when he went, but his music,
he's still
his
here.
Life, his spirit is here because he put a lot of his spirit in any work.
And the beautiful thing is, by that time, I think there was already digital media. So there's a lot of video, photo footage. So
some videos. Yeah, we don't have as much because those days we never like now. That's one good thing about internet. Now.
Yeah,
we take photos and videos every time. We're always now we're on podcasts.
Yeah.
So, but that time there were very few pictures. Like we look so hard for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least we had a few things that we can look at and remember.
Yeah.
But that taught me that at the end of the day, we're just passing here. So whatever you leave here, leave a footprint that even when you're gone, it will still have impact. But for me, I kind of like find purpose in keeping his name going. So like for your brother, the same way. Like you're just like, okay, how do I keep his spirit going?
Exactly.
Because if it was the roles were changed, what would you want?
What would you have done?
What would you have done? What would you want him to do?
I don't know, man. The guy would be broken. I think he would be more broken than I am. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly.